Here we go. We are live with the first ever NBA prop pick powered by EV Analytics. We have the award-winning Dell doing the producing. I think there's only one show Dell would wake up before 10 a.m. for, and it's an NBA show. So if you guys are new to release shows, Covers has been doing release shows for baseball, football. For baseball, we have Derek Carty from EV Analytics, and for the basketball show, we have Adam Scherher from EV Analytics. Adam, how's it going today?
Going pretty well. Looking forward to doing the show with you guys.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, so on our Covers website, we have player prop projections from EV Analytics. If you go to, sports, NBA prop projections, all those projections there, those are from EV Analytics. But the nice part, with projections, you're also missing some context. So that's why it's good to have Adam here. Adam's going to kind of give us a little more context to those numbers, how you can use those projections and stuff. So how this works, if you guys are brand new to the release show, I'm sure a lot of people tuning in aren't. They've probably watched the baseball shows or the football shows with jingles. So we'll bring you into a sports book. We'll tell you the sports book. We'll give you a little time to get there. We'll tell you the game. Then we'll tell you the prop. Then we'll tell you the player. And then we'll give you the bet. And then Adam can provide a little more context as to why he likes that bet and why maybe the projection is that number. So that's basically how it's going to go down here. This is also my first time ever hosting a show, so I'm like minus 1,000 to mess something up here. But I love the NBA, so let's do it. I know everyone only cares about if the bets win, so that's what I'm focused on. Let's focus on getting the best numbers for everyone, the best bets. Del, if you want to bring up, Adam, first of all, tell us a little more about yourself, your background and stuff.
Mostly I have a DFS background, but sports betting became legal in Maryland, where I live, sometime last year. So I've been getting into it more recently. I've had more time to do it lately, so it's nice. It's not as swingy as DFS, so that's been a nice adjustment, like winning frequently instead of losing all the time. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Getting into it more. Basketball has been really good, so looking forward to talking about it on the show.
Yeah, I think every sports bettor did some DFS. I did DFS back in the day a little bit too. I remember with FanDuel, you had to cancel in the chat. That's how way back I went back with the DFS. But all right, Del, if you want to bring us, so our first bet's at FanDuel, and then the game is Pelicans at Nets. Give everyone just a little second to get there. I'm gonna pull up my odds screen too, just so we can get the best price. Make sure we're getting the best price here. Then go to the points market. And we're looking for Zion. And the bet is, just double checking, it is the best price. It is still the best price because he is moving and grooving all morning. So the bet is under 24.5 points, minus 108 for Zion Williamson.
Yeah, and it's
no, go ahead. No, go ahead if you want to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's come down a little bit, or it's come down quite a bit since it opened. It opened at 25.5. Now it's down to 24.5. When I started prepping for the show, it was at minus 105. Now it's at minus 108. But we have a 34-minute projection on Zion, which is a pretty healthy projection. He's at 31.7 minutes per game over his last 10, 30.9 for the season, 35 over his last 5. So it's a projection that, if anything, probably is a little bit aggressive. I think it's, just a good number in general. I don't think we have him under projected. That said, he's only at 22.2 points in our projection. So still pretty far under the line here. Brooklyn has been bottom 10 in pace this year. They're not a good defensive team. They're 20th in adjusted defensive rating. So from an efficiency standpoint, he's likely to have a good game, but you do have limited possessions here because they are a slower team. As I mentioned, the point projection is still quite a bit under the 24.5 line. So it looks like a pretty profitable bet here, as scary as it is to go against Zion, especially with him playing well lately.
Yeah. Adam, what is the projection?
22.2.
22.2. Yeah, there's a nice healthy gap here on this number too. I mean the Nets, the Nets aren't a good team, but they also, like, Dorian Finney-Smith should be able to match up. And then you have Claxton backing him up, so that should help too. The second bet, if we want to go jingles, I was reading jingles thing in the chat there. Yeah, the 22.2 is well under the 24.5, which makes a lot of sense as to why it's, the 25.5 drop down to 24.5. So the second game here, we're going to bet 365. And then we are going to Charlotte, Orlando, my Orlando Magic. I'm an Orlando Magic fan, and Adam is a Washington Wizards fan, so we have division rival here.
Yeah, and one of
The
these
show
teams
together.
is good and fun to watch, and one of them is the Wizards.
And we both have suffered a lot with our fan base.
That is very true.
So we're going to the rebounds market. And the player we're looking at is Nick Richards. And
Yeah, so we have
go ahead,
Nick Richards on, I think we have it on DraftKings and Bet365. Under 8.5 rebounds at plus 110. This is another one. It's moved down since it opened this morning. It opened at 9.5 minus 110, moved down to 8.5. But there's a few things to like here that just set up really nicely for the under. Richards, has been playing around 30 minutes per game, give or take. But this game has a 13-point spread. There's plenty of blowout risk here. So you do have that as a very clear out, where even if Richards is playing well, you potentially just lose the fourth quarter or a nice chunk of the fourth quarter, which would be nice. But Orlando also a very, very good rebounding team. They've allowed the fewest rebounds per game to their opponents this year, and they're very good at limiting offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds, which is nice. It's not like they're good at limiting rebounds overall, but there's a chance that Richards just like crushes the offensive boards or something. Second fewest offensive rebounds per game allowed, third fewest defensive. We have a 62% projected win rate here, and it's at plus money. So that's just going to look really, really good on Nick Richards under 8.5. 62% win rate. Like I said, we have him projected for about 8.2 rebounds. So just below the line, and at plus money, that's just going to look great in this spot.
Yeah, Orlando, a lot of size on Orlando too, right? Like positional size across the board.
Yep.
Jonathan Isaac is he was out last game, injury maintenance, so he should be playing tonight, and that's someone who can blow up points props and rebounds props for opposing players, even if he just plays 15 minutes. That guy's awesome. I love that guy.
Everybody on Orlando that is relevant is in today.
Yeah, that's good. So the next bet we're looking at I think we're still at 365, Del. Yeah. So Houston at Washington. Adams Wizards.
Yeah, nice spot for Houston and nice spot for Jalen Green. So we actually have an over here. And this line has actually come down a little bit, which, not exactly what you want to see when you're projecting an over, but it still just sets up as a really good spot. We've had Jalen Green playing a ton of minutes lately. For the season, he's averaging 31.1 minutes per game. Over his last 10, he's at 35.1. So you've seen that playing time come up, which is nice. The matchup against Washington obviously is great. They've played at the fastest pace in the NBA this year. They've been the least efficient defense in the NBA. They changed coaches when they did that. They said it was for defensive reasons. Over their last 10 games, they are the second least efficient defense in the NBA. They're still playing at the third fastest pace, so nothing has really changed there. You also still have Alperen Şengün out for Houston. In the minutes that Jalen Green has played without Şengün on the floor this year, we have seen a slight increase in his assist percentage, going from 16.1% when he's playing alongside Şengün to 18.1% without Şengün on the floor. In the overall games that he's played without Şengün, he's played 4 games without him so far, 21.9% assist percentage in those games, 16.3 in the games with him. We have a 4.3 assist projection. So we have him projected over 3.5 assists, and he is plus money right now. If you are betting on a different book where maybe the price isn't as good, we have minus 141 as the break-even point here. So I wouldn't bet it all the way up to minus 141, but if you're seeing it somewhere, I don't know, minus 105, minus 110, it's still going to look like a good bet. Obviously, just not as good, but the line just looks low here given the slight increase that you can expect to see in assists without Şengün. The great matchup. There is some blowout risk in this game, but it is in Washington, so a road game for Houston makes it a little bit less scary. Looks like a really good spot for Jalen Green.
Yeah, if someone wants to drop in the chat, probably Jingles is really fast at 365. Did everyone get the plus 105? Anyone get plus 105? I'm looking at the screen right now. 365 definitely is your best price for this at plus 105. He's pretty much moved into minus territory across the board. Everywhere else, Caesars is minus 120. So this one's definitely on the move for Jalen Green. So I'd grab that plus 105 quickly if you can. I also, just to add on here, I love assist prop, and I bet Jalen Green as well this morning. Jalen Green, he just played the Wizards last week. He had 37 points, and their coverage was brutal. I know Bilal Coulibaly's now he's out for the year, and Denny Avdia is out tonight too. Yeah, Jingles stuff plus 105, perfect. Grab that plus 105. Green was coming off of pick and rolls. I was watching their last game. He's coming off pick and rolls, and he was almost like surprised at how wide open he is. And then there was he only had 2 assists in the last game, but against them. But there was the one time they actually came up and finally guarded him the Wizards defense isn't great. Sorry, Adam. But and he like literally just dumped it off to Jock Landale, and Jock Landale got an easy dunk at the rim. There's no rim protection. No rim protection makes easy assists.
Yep.
I would be surprised. They're not gonna let Green. They shouldn't let Green score 37 points again tonight. They should try to make him a little more pass. He was looking to pass. He was honestly just wide open so much coming off the pick and roll. He was shooting it. So
right. I'll say I think the biggest risk, basically is that if he's able to just keep scoring, he's not going to get assists. But he should be contributing to a lot of points. Hopefully, it just balances out a little bit more in terms of assists versus him actually scoring this time.
Yeah. It was just funny because I was sometimes like you see, I think he had 4 potential assists. That doesn't necessarily paint the whole picture because you go watch the game, you're like, he was literally looking to pass. I also like, they started that game with Jabari Smith at center, and Amen Thompson, was in the starting lineup with them too. That guy's great for assists, Amen Thompson, because he loves to come on the baseline and he can play above the rim. So that's another guy, that just converts easy assists once Green gets into the lane. That's it for our picks. Those are 3 picks in and out, 11 minutes here. So the 3 picks are Zion under 24.5 points, minus 108 at FanDuel. Nick Richards under 8.5 rebounds, plus 110. And Jalen Green over 3.5 assists, plus 105. Adam, any burning takes you want to take for the NBA, or any futures, or anything you want to finish the show off with?
No, I think that's all I have for today. Good luck on those bets. They all look pretty good to me. I'll be taking them where I can. So hopefully we win. Yeah,
for sure. So this is a new show. We're going to be doing this Tuesday, Thursday on Covers YouTube. It'll be at 9:30 a.m. We'll be back Thursday. This is going to go for the duration of the NBA season. So hopefully we can win some bets, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.